In this training, we're going to talk about the 5-step customer follow-up system to help you increase your customer satisfaction and, of course, reorders. Okay, customer care is really, really important. Now, most distributors, they don't really follow up with their customers, and you're basically throwing money down the toilet. Or they do follow up, they are following up when it's time to order, right? Under the month. That's, by the way, is better than nothing, but it's the worst time to follow up because you're giving the impression you're following up with them just because you want them to get the reorder. So I'm going to talk about a couple of times to follow up, and you have to understand that you always have to have a concept called selling consumption. You always have to get people to consume the product. You know, we buy all stuff all the time, right? We buy books, we buy groceries, buy books that we don't read, groceries that we don't eat, right? We download videos that we never watch. So same thing with your customers. Just because they buy the product doesn't mean they will consume the product. You have to sell consumption, right? You have to constantly sell consumption. So we're going to talk about a 5-step customer follow-up system now. The 5-step customer follow-up. Okay, customer follow-up. And the first step, okay, when do you follow up the customer is when they get the product, immediately. When they get the product. As ASAP when they get product. Now, it would be even better if you have a way where you can eliminate that time. So I know, if possible, I'll give you an example. Not always possible, but sometimes it is that if your customer buys a product, you set them up online and it takes a couple of days for them to actually get the product from the company, right? So if you can shorten that amount of time, that'll be even awesome because people get buyer's remorse or they forget about taking the product. So we always buy stuff like, oh, why did we buy that, right? You go to the grocery store, like, oh, why did I buy that? So you want to get them to use the product immediately. So what it means, here's an example. If you have like a friend or a colleague, they become a customer, I always kept extra products in hand at my home, right? Extra products, I call like my spare inventory, where if like a colleague, a coworker decides to use the product, become a customer, I actually would deliver and give that product to them, okay? I deliver and give that product to them. And I say, when your product arrives, whenever it is, just give it back to me. Because I want you to start using the product right away. Folks, that is really important. You want to get people the product in their hands as soon as possible, right? So if you live far away, you can't do that. But if you can see the person, give them the product and just like whenever they get the product, to give it back to you. So you want to give them, that's the first follow-up. Second follow-up is 1 to 2 days later. Right? You want to get them using the product and like within 24 hours, hey, how did you like the product? Are you okay? Do you have any effects? How do you feel? Right now, you could call them, you can text them, leave a voicemail. They may not reply back, but you just want, the reason for this call is number one, showing customer service. Like, hey, if something happened, they have questions, you're there you just didn't forget about them. You're there to help them. But also, it kind of reminds them. A lot of people get the product, they may not take it right away. They're like, oh yes, I gotta take the product. Again, this sells consumption. Get them to take the product, all right? So 1 to 2 days later. The third follow-up, okay, and by the way, we have our team was the fastest growing in terms of customers. Actually, the number one enroller and the entire company for many, many years, he was always top 10, was in my downline, okay? He's very, very good at follow-up. Extremely good at follow-up. Okay, the sale is not made, you didn't finish when the person buys the product. You have to keep selling them to use the product. And by the way, that guy's actually the number one customer enroller now for this year. He was like number 2 last year, number 1 this year. Consistently, really, really good at follow-up. So 1 or 2 days later, the third thing is 1 week later. 1 week later. You gotta love your customers. 1 week later, send a message. Hey, just want to see how you're taking the product. How do you like it? Do you have any questions? Let me know. They most likely are not going to reply back to you. They're not. But what they just shows you that you care about them, right? The more you love on people. And it's important that you're loving them way before it's time to reorder. You're just showing the amount of customer support. And this could be simple text message, simple message. Hey, how do you like the product? Okay, the fourth follow-up system. Okay, number four is normally at the end of the month. 1 month later, it's time to reorder. Right? 1 month later, and it's time to reorder. This is the reorder time. So you want to check on them. How did you like the product? What was the experience? Hey, what can I do to help you get another? What can I do to help you to keep the benefits of using the product, right? What can I do to help you make another order? You want to, this is closing. Don't assume they're going to reorder. Most people, just because they're on your company's order program does not mean they will reorder. You got to sell them to reorder. Really important. You want to be a professional, always sell them to reorder. Okay, hey, what can I do? So on these 4 points, you're checking on them. You are making sure they take the product. And you're basically increasing satisfaction, right? Making them feel good that you care about them. The last part is once you do this, they're reordering, you follow up with them once a month. Okay? The last part is once a month. And once a month could be, now if you can do this more, even better. Okay, if you can do this more once a month, even better. For some of you, it's not possible if you get a lot of customers, but minimum once a month. Now, if you have hundreds or thousands of customers, it may be a little bit more difficult, but you can still do it. You can send like a monthly email out, a monthly message out, a monthly post on your Facebook group, and you tag people. But you want to follow up once a month. And by the way, this is a good way to give updates, right? Updates about a product, updates about other products that your company has. Right? You can also give a little trial. Hey, if you reply back to this email, I'll give you a free sample. If your company has a new product out, you can give out samples. This is a great way, right? You know, the way to build up a customer is you lead with one product, get them hooked on it, and then you expand the other products. This is a great way to do discounts too, right? If you're going for a rank advancement, you need to be more volume. You can do a little product special. Your customers are a great way. Again, you know, how do you increase volume? You can find new distributors, new customers, or get your existing customers to reorder. A lot of people forget about that, right? You say, how to increase volume, go for rank advancement? Not just recruiting more signups or more customers, but getting your existing customers to order more. If they like the product, they'll increase bigger order size. So there you go, 5-step customer follow-up system. This has helped out my organization grow in terms of huge customer base. ASAP, when they get the product, make sure they take it right away. If you're local, give them your product, keep a little sample, give it to them, okay, and then they can return it back to you. But you want to get them to using the product right away before they get buyer's remorse. Number 2, 1 or 2 days later, follow up with them. Then 1 week later, okay, also 1 month later. Okay, so again, reorder, this can be simple text message, voicemail, Facebook message. You just want to hear. They just make sure they hear from you. And lastly, once you reorder, also once a month. Okay, once a month, and this could be a messaging, again, email, broadcast, newsletter, whatever you want to do. But this is the 5-step customer follow-up system. Remember, love your customers. They're the lifeblood of your business, and you just follow this 5-step customer follow-up system, and it'll help you increase customer satisfaction and reorders.